Welcome back to Break Time, and today we're working on the AMT 125th scale construction bulldozer. And well, let's see what's inside of it. Alright, so we're going to do a quick little update on this. Now, looking at this particular model, we've got it completed. The engine's already been done and detailed, and then I'm going to go back and do a few things with that, with wires and whatnot. On this particular model, I do have a lot of work going on inside of the cab, but how did we get to where we're at now? Well, when I started putting this model together, I white primered everything up, thinking that when I put the yellow coat onto the model, that would be the best way of doing it other than doing black. Now it worked, but it gave me this really fake looking horrible yellow color. So I started adding some colors to it. I even tried doing a black primer over the entire thing and then rubbing the surface until I saw the yellow come back through. Well, it did not look the way that I wanted it to. So far what I have done is I black primered the entire model. I went back through on top of that black primer, and I went to a Mission Models paint, which is labeled Yellow Zinc Chromate. That's at MMP-067. I thought this was the perfect color to use for this particular model because I wanted that age appearance. Then what I did is I followed it with some other Mission paints, which is Standard Rust by Mission Models, and then also Light Rust by Mission Models, okay? The black primer that I used was just a basic surface primer from Vallejo that I use basically for everything. And then, of course, I use a Mr. Super Clear matte from Mr. Hobby. And I did try using some of this volcanic yellow, which I did like for certain things, but for this particular build, I did not like it. So I shied away from it. So I got the model painted up. I have my rust shading in place. I've got a lot of things that are going to be covered up with other coats of paint. So that's where I'm at now, and the next step for me is to finish assembling the dozer to a point where I have all the little extra parts on it, everything's where it needs to be at, and then I'm going to start shading in all of the metal, soot, rust, dirt, and whatnot that will make this model what it will be once we're done. And it would probably help if I would take this shovel and actually put it on the right way. Anyways, so those are the paints that I used for this particular model, or ended up using it. This one was kind of an experiment because I had not put together a cat yet. And so I didn't know which direction I wanted to be in. So moving forward, the next step is to get these weathering kits into place from Tamiya, and start putting on different coats and brushing to make it actually look real. What I want to do is I want to pop the metals out. I want to do all that good stuff so that when it's done, it actually looks like somebody's supposed to have been driving this thing away, that they just took a real cat and miniaturized it, right? It did not come with a figurine, so I did go online to find a figurine that I liked, and I did print it up, and it is complete, and I do have another one on its way as well to back it up. But I do have a figurine in place I'm going to detail and put onto this model. I'm looking at possibly doing a second figurine that like he's going to be working on it. So that's kind of a breakdown as to how we got to where we're at and where we're going. So let's continue with this build and see where we go.